G'day guys, welcome back. I have wanted to do a Seahorse resin pour, and the only silicone molds I can find are like little tiny ones like this in the Seahorse. And I found this. It's metal. It's actually like a wall hanging, so it's pretty thin, which is going to be a bit of a problem, but it's the only thing I can find. See, that's it there. So it's just a thin metal piece. It's got a lovely detail on it though. Don't know about these, but anyway, I'm going to attempt. Oh, there's the curly tail. I'm going to attempt to make a mold, and then I can pour in it. Now, I went to Bunnings, my local hardware store, and I got a sheet of this. Again, I'll see if I can show you close up. See, it's got these little corrugated pieces in there. This piece was $9, so it wasn't expensive. And I'm just going to cut that. So what I've done is I've marked with my pen the size, and I've left a little bit because I'm going to stick sides on it. Okay, so let's move you out of the way. I'm just going to use this knife. I wasn't going to video it, and then I thought, oh, people might ask, you know, how I did it, because I was just going to do it on my own and just be nice and quiet and just get it done. And I thought, oh, I might as well video it. So this should just slice through like so. Be careful, don't slice your fingers. I'm just trying to follow my line as best as I can. Actually, you know what would have been better if I'd used my ruler as something to follow. Not quite so easy going down this side because it goes bump, 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 bump over the corrugated section. So I might have to do that a couple of times to get through. Oh yeah, that's done it. All right, so this is going to be the base. I should use this, shouldn't I? Just as something to follow. Just make sure your fingers are out of the way. I think I'm following my same line. I've got my hot glue gun here. It's heating up. So that's going to be what I use to stick my sides on. Not quite through there yet. Oh, there we go. So that's the base. Now what I need to do is, you know, it's not going to be very, very deep. I probably only want, I'll probably make it about 1 inch, otherwise it's going to be too hard to handle, but I'm not going to fill it up that much. So I'll just put that there for a minute. Then I can use this same side here. And it's actually got lines on it, so it's easy to follow. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do like 4. Yeah, it doesn't need to be very. Now let's just do, what am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 5. Just to give it a little bit more stability. So it's got the little lines there, so they're easy to follow. So I need 2 of these. Do another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be there. And then I need 2 shorter ones for the sides. So I am going to measure those up. I'm going to cut them, and then I'll be back. Now the side is only that long. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm using that line, and we're only going to go to about there. So I should be able to get 2 out of this piece here. Let's follow that along. About there. All right, so I'm going to cut those same as I cut them before, and then I will get back to you and show you what I'm going to do next. I've never done this before. I'm just winging it. All right, so I'm going to cut those 1, 2, 3, 4 panels out, and I'll be back. So I stuck all my sides on with the hot glue gun and went to zoom in and it didn't record. Don't know what happened. So anyway, there's my little box. I just hot glued the sides on. And this is the silicone that I got. Sally's multi-purpose 100% silicone sealant, and it's clear. There was another one that only had like 30 to 60% silicone in it, and this one, oh, where is it? I read on there somewhere it had 80% silicone, even though it says 100%. So anyway, I'm using that one, and we'll get to the next step. Hopefully that will keep recording. I have no idea what happened. So I'm going to move that out of the way. I was talking away. I was telling you about the molding putty you can buy. And I was going to use molding putty until I watched a video on it and realized that when you pour your resin in, you're going to get a matte finish with the putty. So I thought, well, I don't want to use that. I have also got that liquid silicone that you buy that comes in 2 parts. So I've got that as well, but I just thought I'm going to try this first. And the other thing I want to do, I have to come around and make sure that it's taping. I have no idea what happened. So frustrating. The other thing, because this is such a thin piece, I'm not going to just like do that and pour the silicone in on top, which I would have done with my other product which arrived in the mail. I haven't got it with me at the moment, but you pour it in over the top. But because it's raised, because it's metal, see, I'm sure the silicone would go in there and under here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up my silicone in water. I'm going to do that in a minute, I'll show you. And I'm going to lay it down, and then I'm going to turn my Seahorse upside down, and I'm going to push it in like that. So that's the plan, and I'm going to see if I can push it down a little bit further so that the sides come up a little bit. See how it's not straight? The other thing also, if you do a mold and you're pouring over the top, it has to be dead level. Otherwise, when you turn it out and you pour your resin in, it's going to wobble, isn't it? So that's what I'm going to do. Right, next step. I have a bowl of water. I have my dishwashing detergent. I've got 2 litres of water in here, and I've got 1/4 cup. So I'm going to put 1/4 cup of dishwashing liquid or detergent. Oh, look, we've got bubbles. Woohoo! Let's play with bubbles. No. All right, pour that in there. Get that out. I don't think it really matters what brand you use. I don't know that we've got Dawn. I know in America everyone uses Dawn. I'm not sure if we've got Dawn. But this is what I had in my kitchen, the Palmolive. So that's what I am going to use. So I'm just going to mix that up, and then I'm going to squirt the silicone into it. Oh, it's cold. Try not to get too many bubbles. Just mix it up. You can feel it's, you know, greasy, soapy. I'm hoping that's going to be enough soap. I should have brought a towel with me. Now I've got wet hands. I've only got a piece of paper towel. What have I got? I should have gone and got a towel. I might have to go and do that. Right, so I'm going to now squirt with my corking gun, squirt the silicone in. And I'm going to use all of it. As I said, I've still got some left in the tube from when I did my homemade geode coasters. If you haven't watched that video, feel free to watch that one. So I may use the rest of that up. It looks weird, doesn't it? Okay, so that's all of it. That's empty. If you're going to touch the silicone, make sure that you've got soapy hands. Otherwise, it's going to stick to you terribly. Ah, look at that. Oh my gosh, it feels weird. I don't know that this is going to be enough. I might, just to be on the safe side, might do the other half a bottle that I've got. Because I'd hate to do this and then I haven't got enough. So, how do I get this out? Oh, that's right, I've got to push on that and then pull that, and then I can take the tube out. See, I'm learning all the time. And then I've got this one that's left over from the other day. So let's just pop him in there. Get that little thingy retracted all the way. Okay, and that's going to push that all the way down. Oh, here we go. That's it. There's probably only about a third left in this one. I did buy 2 new big tubes today, but hopefully, there we go, that's the end of it. Hopefully 1 1/3 will be enough. Otherwise I'm going to have to go and get my other full bottle. Okay, so now I'm just going to squish it. I'm going to come around and see if my video is still going. I've got a new clear plastic case for it because I'm always, you know, painting. So it's just got this clear silicone case on it that I've just put on today. So maybe I didn't press record hard enough. All right, now don't do this with rubber gloves or any type of glove because the silicone's just going to stick to it. You really do need just to have your bare hands. And we're just going to squish. Basically want to get all the worms that we've poured in, squirted in. We want them just to all come together into a big ball. You just have to do it carefully so that you don't spill water everywhere. I'm hoping this is going to be enough, you guys. Feels so cool. All right, how are we going? I think that should be all right. Let me move that out of the way. Let's put a piece of paper towel down. I really should have got a tea towel or a towel or something. have no idea if this is what I'm supposed to do, but I just want to knead it a little bit. If it starts to stick, dip your hands back in the water. Oh, have I got enough? I guess I can always do more. Doesn't look as if it's going to be enough, does it? I guess I could always do more. I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm just going to leave that there. Hang on, I'm going to have to get the other one out. I'm going to have to put you on pause while I go and grab the other one. Okay, I squirted another bottle in. I just figured you didn't need to see that. So let's do it again. It's just as well I bought two, hey? Well, actually, I bought two for this and I bought another one because I want to do a tray, like a platter tray. A freestyle one, because I've still got some of those pink silicone baking mats that I bought. So I thought I'm going to try and do like a tray. And when I was at Bunnings today, I got some handles. They're just, I think they're just for kitchen drawers. Because I was going to just buy a mold, and it was $160 for the big one. And I thought, oh, I've just spent so much money lately. I'll try and make one. So I'm going to use the same, you know, as I did with my homemade geode coasters. Let's sit that there for a minute. So I'm going to try that. I'm just going to put these two together. Hopefully it's not too late, but they're not going to start hardening or anything. Better get a wriggle on, hadn't I? The one did feel a little bit firmer than the other. So I'm not quite sure how long you've got actually before they start to set. Let's make it into a worm, and then push it into the corners. I guess this is right. I have no idea. Like I'm just winging this. Better work. The silicone was $16 a tube. The actual Seahorse I got from eBay. It was just on an eBay store in Australia. I think they're in Sydney. Let's press that down. Try and get the edges as flat as possible. What can I use to flatten it? I guess it doesn't really matter if it's not terribly flat on top. Actually, maybe I'll just do this with my hand. I just don't want to waste, I don't want to waste time, that's all, in case it starts to set. Just wet my hand. Let's see if I can kind of smooth the surface a little bit, but yes, don't want to waste too much time in case it starts to set up already and then I've wasted all this. Sorry if I'm shaking the table. Tripod sitting on top of my table, just there in front of me. All right, I'm gonna do this. It's not exactly level, but I'm just going to do this. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to push it in. Oh, it's a bit firm to push in. Go all the way down. I hope I made it deep enough. Because the middle here is deeper than this. I have to push quite firmly actually by the looks of it. It's quite firm, pushing my whole body weight onto it. Now these little pointy things here, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with them. I don't mind if they just kind of stay on top. I'm not sure what's going to happen with them. Look, it's oozing out through here. I'll push it down as hard as I can. If it starts to go over the edge, I'm just going to push it back a bit. I have no idea if this is going to work, you guys. No idea. See, there's nothing under that. I don't think I'll worry about those little points. I probably should have just cut them off. I don't think I'll worry about those. Hey guys, it's the next morning. I've been so excited I could hardly sleep. Oh, I'm just so worried that it's not going to work. All right, let's just do this, hey? That's all dry. I'm just going to, where will I start? I'll leave this in the box. Actually, maybe I won't. Let's see if I can actually get it out of the box. It'll probably be easier to get the actual Seahorse out of the mold if I take the mold out first. Wouldn't it? Oh no, look, it's coming. It's lifting. I hope 24 hours, actually it hasn't been 24 hours, I hope it's been enough time. I don't really know how long it takes for a silicone to, I mean, I know it cures in 72 hours, but, ooh. Oh, look at that. Oh, I think it's worked. What's that? Oh, that's just a bit of water. Must have been a little bit of water. I think, oh, that might be a problem. I think that there is like touching the card. I might have pushed a little bit too hard. Let's have a little look. I can patch that up though. Yeah, look, it's really thin. Look there. I can put a little bit of silicone there and fix that up, but the rest of it I think has turned out perfectly. Let's go down for a little bit of a close-up. Yeah, I think I was thinking about it and I thought instead of you know, filling this whole mold, I should have just laid out like a big sausage of silicone and pressed the Seahorse into that, because all this stuff on the edge, I really don't need that. But you can certainly see the imprint of the Seahorse, can't you? So I'll just have to fix up this little area here. As I said, was a bit too, see that? I think what I'll do is I'll just put some more on the back of it though. I obviously pushed the head down too hard. So there we go. Well, that's exciting. I'm so glad it's worked. Well, almost. Hey guys, look at my Seahorse. It's worked out really well. That's it there. So what I did, and I didn't video it, I just poured a little bit more silicone into that bowl of water that I had, and just about that much, and I pressed a blob there over the face, you know, where it was too thin. It's probably still a little bit too thin, and then I just pushed that back in. I just pressed the face down, or the head down. I didn't worry about the rest of it because it's fine. So I just pressed that down and I waited another 12 hours, I guess. Actually, it probably wasn't even that. I peeled it off last night. And there we go. So, yay! So that was a huge learning curve for me, doing my first mold. next time I do one, I will learn a lot from this one, and I'm sure I'll do better. Oh, and I'll show you this while I've got you there. I cut out, I'll just zoom you back a little bit. I cut out this piece of paper that I wanted to do for like a tray, so I cut that out. So that's pretty much what I've got, 43 by 28 centimeters, or 17 inches by 12 inches, and I did that. So yeah, I'll be doing a nice big tray soon. So I did it the same way as I did my other coaster molds, so you can look back on those videos if you want to see how I did them. So yeah, just nice big one. So that will be fun to use, hey? So that'll be coming up soon. So this is just the part one for this video on how I made the Seahorse mold, and I'm going to pour in it now. So yay! I'm going to do, you know, blues and greens, aquas, that sort of thing. I might do a little bit of pink as well, just little bright pop. So I'm going to do that. So stay tuned for the next video. Hit that little notification bell so you don't miss it, and click all. And I'll see you for the next video where I will pour in this baby. Yay, so excited. See you then.